Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 21st, 2023 solstice reading for you. Now, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, this is the summer solstice. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, this is the winter solstice. But this is a rare and powerful energy time and healing time for all of us. So I cannot wait to dive into this reading. If this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps this channel be seen by the YouTube algorithm and therefore gets it seen by more people. And I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this solstice. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is the Two of Pentacles reversed, where we're starting to see that we are overwhelmed because the energy is so intense on a solstice. We can find that it's like it highlights just everything. It makes us so much more aware of everything that's going on. And we've been trying to juggle a lot. And this is a point, and we can have a point where it's like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm just not putting up with this. And our emotions can kind of come flooding in because, of course, we're also entering into Cancer time frame where it's like our emotions, we're much more aware of our emotions. We're aware of what we desire. We're also aware of what's important to us in our home life and what has been, kind of taking us away from what family home looks like to us. And now we're starting to see, I need to put things in balance. I need to put things in balance and harmony for me. It's like you're taking back the reins. Like somebody else was trying to like drive the car, right? Or drive the chariot. I'm just seeing you take back the reins. And it's like things were out of balance. One horse was pulling this way, one horse was pulling this way. It's like things were out of balance. We weren't getting anywhere. And now you're like, oh, forget this. I'm taking it back. I'm taking back my power. You can release something. When you're releasing something, you can feel like, oh, I'm going to lose money. Okay. You're not. You're not. Wait, just be aware of that. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Here we have faith reversed. We need to embrace our faith. Now, whether that be in an organized religion, whether that be just having faith in the world, having faith in ourselves, looking at a tree and seeing something magnificent and beautiful there, it doesn't matter what faith looks like to us. It matters that we connect to it again and ground ourselves in faith, Aries. It's going to be challenging. Not challenging so much as we don't want to slow down and have that connection. Like we can find like, oh, I have 18 million things to do. I'm not going to take the time right now and connect. And Spirit's like, no, really. If you connect on only 4 days a year, connect on the solstices, and the equinoxes, right? Connect on those days because they are the most powerful for aligning your body's energy, for aligning your own energy, and they're astoundingly powerful healing days. So the 21st of June is one of the most powerful healing days we ever have. And it's time to connect. If you would like a group meditation, I'll have a link in the description box below to Qigong, and Spring Forest Qigong will have a group meditation if you want to connect that way. And if you just want to meditate on your own on this day, do so, because it is powerful and it is healing and it is abundant for you. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. Okay, we're trying to get all of them in there. So let's talk about this time for a moment, astrologically speaking. We are entering into Cancer. Cancer is all about the home. It's all about the hearth, how we're connecting to ourselves, our quiet spaces, our sacred spaces for us. That's what Cancer is all about. Also all about healing, connecting with what we love and seeing what's genuinely important to us. Something is out of balance during this time. We can see that with the Two of Swords reversed. And we're going to be seeing ourselves taking quite a different path than we have taken before. And we've always thought it was one of two ways, Aries. It's always going to be A or it's going to be B. And we're going to find that we're moving forward in a much different direction. And this is a time where it's like, let go and trust. Let go and trust. So this solstice, if we just talk about things astrologically for a moment, this solstice is between Saturn going retrograde, which happens on the 17th of June. That's also when the new moon happens. All right. And Neptune stationary retrograde on the 30th of June. Now, these bring power and control into focus with Saturn. It's kind of like, where's the power? Where's the control? How are things moving forward? And with Neptune, this can have us feeling emotionally overwhelmed and very aware of deceptions and illusions. Just like we're very aware with Saturn, with power and control, we're very aware of deceptions and illusions. And we can feel overwhelmed, weepy, just kind of like, how do I move forward? How do I handle all of this? And we're letting go of certain things, which we can think, oh my gosh, if I let this go, I'll never get to where I want to be. That's not the case at all. Okay. Jupiter is in Taurus, which calls us to really embrace the simple joys of things. The simple joys are going to be where we find healing, where we find power, and where we find solace. Venus and Mars are in Leo, which calls us to fill our lives with beauty, color, beauty, kind of being even a little bit extravagant, not too extravagant, okay? Because we never want to like overindulge. But yeah, if you have the means to and you can do comfortably, this is a time for indulgence. Now, if you want to dive deeper into the astrology of all of this, Pam Gregory has a channel here on YouTube. I'll have her linked in the description box below. She's really quite brilliant. With the Two of Swords, we're finding a way forward. We're finding a way forward that kind of goes against what we thought it would be. And this is how we're connecting with this healing energy. It's like we kind of think, oh, this is how it's going to be. This is what's going to be brought up. This is how I'm moving forward. Or I don't really need to embrace the healing, or I don't really need to, kind of be weighed down by anything. Or I'm not weighed down by anything. That's it. I'm not weighed down by anything. And as we start to embrace a healing, and as we start to embrace this healing energy, we are going to find that we can be just absolutely set free. Just absolutely set free. We have strong Leo energy, strong Libra energy, which is our sister sign. Okay, so Libra can bring out the best and the worst in us. We have Pisces energy reversed. We can be having a bit of difficulty with a Pisces, so being aware of that is also important. But we can also be having a bit of difficulty connecting with the moon, and the moon, rules Cancer. So there is a sense here of the different phases, the different, the changing elements of things. We can have a bit of like how do I traverse this? How do I traverse this change, this power, and this shifting of emotions, which Pisces, being the two fish, is all about the changing, and moving within the waters, moving within emotions. So here we start off with strength, Leo energy. We are going to find our strength in the most unlikely places. We are also going to find allies in the most unlikely places. This is a time where strength is not brute force. It's not might equals right type of thing. It is the strength of quietness. It is the strength of compassion. It is the strength of healing. And this is going to be what we really embrace during this time, to have the strength to move forward in our hearts, in our souls, and in ourselves. But there's also something that feels impossible that we are going to be overcoming during this time, Aries. And that's a beautiful thing. We can find that we get on quite well with Leo energies, but also that Venus and Mars, oh, God, duh, we're ruled by Mars, right? Being in Leo is going to be so powerful for us. And Libra is ruled by Venus. So we have this energy coming forward where it's like, look at this Leo energy, look at the beauty, look at the way, even in mythology, that, Venus and Mars were lovers. Okay. So how are we moving forward in love of tenacity and what we want and what we desire and what we need? That's us here. Now, I know this is strength, right? So I looked at this and I said, oh, this is Aries. And I know it's Leo, but it's like, how do we move forward? Because we got the strength. We get this. We're ruled by Mars. We get moving forward in strength. And this is the sun, right? Leo is ruled by the sun. So this is illuminating what we love, what we desire, our strength of self, and how we move forward. And so there is a sense here of how do I move forward in this unlikely pairing, right? The god of war, the goddess of love. How do they move forward in strength and in power and in connection and in absolute harmony with each other? It's finding the balance, because sometimes you need to fight, right? And sometimes you need to love. And some things you need to fight for, and some things you need to just bathe in love and step back from. And that's going to be what this time is about. We're finding that balance, we're finding that harmony. It brings us to the Knight of Pentacles, slowly and steadily moving forward in prosperity. Jupiter is in Taurus. That's a big deal. Jupiter is a big deal, right? The Roman name for Zeus, the god of all the gods, right? In the Greek and Roman pantheon. We're slowly and steadily moving towards prosperity, success, bounty, and abundance. We're going to want to go faster. That's us. That's our fire really coming forward. But we're going to need to slow down and see, where do I need to be? What do I want for myself? How do I want to move forward? What are my intentions? What do I want to come out of this powerful, illuminating time? It brings us to the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, strong Libra energy here, strong sense of balance. We can have a strong sense of truth needing to come out. I just need to know the truth. I just need to know the truth. We might not do anything with the truth except have that knowledge, but we just need to know it during this time. But we also need to balance our need for the truth with what's going on, because it can become obsessive. For some of us, it can become all consuming. So with certain things, it's like, okay, we might need to know the truth, but we can find the truth out slowly and gently. And for others of us, we just need to know the truth, and now we need to heal from that truth. We're cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. We're finding our voice. We're finding what we desire in life. We're seeing where we need to move forward for us. And as we do so, we are being empowered and we are being emboldened. The Queen of Swords is the most masculine of all the queens, so she gets a bad rap. But the swords are the only weapon in the tarot. It took time and effort and practice to become proficient, let alone excellent. We are going to look at our lives and see what we are being made excellent in. It might not be what we thought. Sometimes our ego leads us in a direction that the energy that we're put on this earth for is like, wait, I'm not supposed to be going that way. We're not supposed to be doing this, type of deal. So here, it's really looking at, what have we become proficient in? What has divinity sharpened our sword with? Knowledge, truth, and power. I see this time as just being like wrapped in the sun, wrapped in the light of the sun. And it's so beautiful and it's so warming. And I know in the southern hemisphere that you're going into winter. So you might be like, oh, it's like being wrapped in a warm blanket. This is a time where you have the longest night of the year if you're in the southern hemisphere. And this is a time where the quiet and the shadows and the harmony of, of being kind of more indoors, being quieter connects you with that meditation, connects you with the healing energy. But you're going to be seeing that, again, you are led by a truth that needs to come out. But you're also led by seeing your purpose here on this earth, your purpose for what you desire, what you want, what you need. There's a knowledge talking to you. Listen, both in the southern and northern hemisphere, listen, because there's a knowledge talking to you. Can be an air sign energy, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But it is more a sense of your own throat chakra, your angels, your spirit guides, filling you with words, filling you with deeper understanding. With the moon reversed is change, and it's being afraid of change. But it's also being a little bit apprehensive. We can be going into Cancer time period. Cancer is ruled by the moon, feeling overwhelmed, feeling, as if we know a change is coming, but we are not quite ready for it, or we don't quite want it. So being aware of that is going to be very important and very powerful to us. We're learning to spread our wings, and we're seeing where emotions overwhelm us. We're seeing what we need to question and how we need to move forward. And we're looking at fear, and we're looking at anger. And we're kind of coming to the conclusion, I don't have time for either of you. They will always be there in our lives. Fear and anger are just a part of human existence. But I see I just see like a tidal wave coming up, right? We were buried in that. We were taken away, like out at sea. We found our way back to shore through healing and through compassion. The Ace of Wands, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift, a passion and creativity. We're not quite ready to take it yet. Even though we're ruled by the wands and the minor arcana, we're not quite ready to really take this passion to illuminate a new way forward. To say, this is where I need to be. This is what I want for myself. This is what I desire for me. So there's something bigger coming, right? There's something big coming, and we feel it. We're afraid of the change. And once we address that, oh my gosh, I'm afraid of this change, or okay, like let's see where this change takes me, all of a sudden this turns around and we start to say, oh, I can move forward. Oh, I got this. Oh, I understand. Like, oh, I've been looking at it wrong. And that's going to be a big deal for us. It really is going to be a big deal because it's almost like we were illuminating like right under our shoes type of thing. And now there's going to be this light that just kind of like, I see almost like haloing us, like just spotlighting us, moving us forward and looking at things, saying, oh, this is my passion. This is what I desire. It doesn't have to be anything big. We always think in grandiose scales, right? I'm going to walk the red carpet. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It can be very, very small. It can be being out in our garden and being like, wow, I really like this. Or getting a potted plant and being like, wow, I really love having fresh basil in my dish. That kind of stuff. It can be little and it can be beautiful and it can be meaningful. But we always think, excuse me, we always think it has to be bigger and better and bigger and better. It doesn't. It can be quiet. And that's what Jupiter and Taurus is guiding us to. It's like quiet and beautiful, quiet and meaningful, simple and yet exquisite. And the Page of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Okay? This time, as we step into the Cancer time period, as we embrace this solstice, is a time of healing. It is a time of inspiration and ideas coming to us from the most unlikely places. It is divinity moving us forward. It's looking at what we want and what we're cultivating for ourselves, of what's important for us. It's being a student of our heart and letting the heart move us forward in ways that are simply astounding, that are beautiful, and yet so easily overlooked. This is a time where we scale back and we look at the beautiful things. We look at the quieter things. The emotions, they rage around us. The world wants us to be pulled into their drama. That's fine. The world can want what the world wants. You know, kind of like the lower energy vibration of the world. The higher energy vibration is saying, this is a time of healing. This is a time of grace. There's a reason that this is such a sacred time throughout history. And so here I embrace it. And I let that healing move me forward. I catch bounty, a fish coming into the cup without even realizing it, without knowing that something extraordinary is coming my way. But also for the fish, going from the ocean to the cup and then from the cup to the ocean. I go from somewhere contained to something endless and open. And I see what else lies ahead. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Princess of Cups. Now that's the Page of Cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And so here, be mindful of that as well. Our emotions can get the best of us. We can find that, especially with Neptune going, stationary retrograde on the 30th, we can find that our emotions are all over the place. All over the place. We also have Neptune squared the galactic center, our psychic energy on point, and we can find that to be very overwhelming. It is awakening. Okay, our psychic intuitive energy is awakening, and we can just find that to be, my gosh, like, wow, am I overwhelmed? And the emotions can just be everywhere. So be aware of that. Our subconscious spirit message is authentic. Be who you are, authentically, positively, and beautifully. There's a lot, that's being flung around. My authentic self, my authentic self. What is our authentic self? It seems like we're sold 18 million things to be our authentic self. What is it that you love? What is it that you've loved since you were little? It's getting back to the beauty of you. It's getting back to what enthralled you before the world told you what you should be enthralled by. And it's saying, hello, hello, me. I'm connecting with me. I'm seeing me. Authenticity is realizing our happiness, realizing our bliss, and stepping into it without fear and with absolute love. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message, which is the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords. You have the King of Swords. This is a soulmate connection, a true love connection. Okay? This is one that comes first in knowledge. So either you have hobbies that are the same, or you're both passionate about the same thing, but this is one born out of knowledge. This is a love born out of knowledge, and it doesn't have to be a romantic love. A soulmate connection can be with somebody who just gets you. It doesn't have to be romantic. It's just beautiful. Cutting through doubts and fears and negativity, but you know what you've worked towards. The Empress, the Queen, okay? The Queen says, this is what I love. And she nurtures it. The King says, this is what I love. Follow me. And he leads people to it. And that's what we're embracing. We're cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. We're looking at what we desire, and we're looking at and honoring our past and what we long for in our future. All right. Strong air sign energy as well. Again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But there's knowledge coming. And this is a time, Aries, where you're incredibly clever. Lean into it. Lean into learning. Lean into your brilliance. Lean into soaking up knowledge like a sponge. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and enjoy and take advantage of this miraculously healing time. Bye.